Hi, welcome back. I'm Moxley Bug, here to discuss my poem Tiny Bow. So if you have not heard that poem, please check it out at the link below. Um, Tiny Bow, I wrote about a year ago. It is about me. Um, it was in a period when I just felt very estranged from my younger self and who I used to be. I was listening to the song by Sarah Bareilles from Waitress that is called She Used to Be Mine. And it's very different from my actual situation in that she is, in the song, she's looking back at her past self and the woman she used to be and not knowing how she got to her present self, which is kind of terrible. And she's kind of missing who she used to be and trying to reclaim that. Versus me, I have grown a whole lot and I actually am a lot, I just love who I am now and I'm a lot healthier and I feel more me than I think I might have ever felt. Um, yeah, I feel full of muchness, to quote Alice in Wonderland. But I do feel that disconnect or I did feel that disconnect from my past self, which can happen when you've done a lot of therapy and emotional work and healing. And then it's just, you can feel very like there's two different versions of you. There's like the before and the after version of you, and the before can feel really distant. And I was feeling that way, like my past self was very distant from who I am now. And um, not wanting to trade any of my health or the work I did to go back to who that person had been, but still feeling just a bit, feeling a loss, I guess, because of it. And um, and also just the way I live my life now and the choices I make in a lot of ways are different from the things I valued when I was younger. And what I knew of life then, what I thought I wanted from life then. So that's just can be a hard thing to reconcile, or at least for me, it was a hard thing to reconcile. Um, but I will say, in writing this poem, I think was good for me. I was looking back at myself at different stages in life and actually seeing the themes that are still there and the things about me that have carried through. Um, Even in spite of all the growth and changes. And there are things that are very different about who I was back then, and then there are things that um, carried through that I love about myself and can look back and love that girl too, who I used to be. And so that's cool. So I don't think I feel as um, estranged. I use that word, as estranged as I had originally felt toward, or how I was feeling when I wrote that poem toward my past self. But yeah, it is an interesting situation, and it can be hard to kind of reconcile your past with your present sometimes. And it did take some work and some reflecting and just having compassion for my past self, and also just recognizing that I'm still a girl who loves nature and loves to be outside and loves the snow and wants wonder and um, loves my God, and who just still dreams very big and is imaginative and has a very free spirit and yeah, just wild and free spirit, and who still wants to see and travel and do all the things and is getting to see and travel and do all the things Um, so yeah, so I was gonna say other things too. My brain went blank, but yeah. So there are things, there are core things that are still there, and but there are also some things that had kind of been core things when I was younger that aren't there anymore because yeah, I just decided they weren't healthy or they weren't part of who I wanted to be, or they weren't actually true to myself. So I let those things go. Um, yeah, but which in a certain aspect can kind of feel like a betrayal to my past self, but also that girl was a mess. So I like who I am now. And I'm going to value the things I value now. And yeah, so that was the poem. If you're wondering, Tiny Bow was a nickname my dad gave me when I was younger. It was actually his mom, my nanny's nickname, when she was growing up. And I look a whole lot like her. And it's always really startling when I see old pictures of her because they, I mean, look just like me. Um, and if I decide to do some editing, maybe I'll insert her photo here. Um, yeah, I look like her, so my dad gave me the same nickname Tiny Bow. But it was something I grew out of by the time I got into elementary school, and he's really the only one who called me that. Um, so yeah, so it was kind of a nod to my like baby Moxley self. Um, yeah, so that's how Tiny Bow came about, and I hope you enjoyed the poem. Um, I think that's all I got for it. I mean, I could break down themes and stuff, but I just don't know if y'all care, and I'm kind of tired, so I'm not gonna do that right now. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the poem. Let me know if you've ever struggled with that, like you're reconciling your past self and your present self, and how that went for you. Did you write a poem about it? Um, or how you dealt with it? And yeah, definitely. There's that word again. Please like this poem or like this video if you liked it. Like the poem if you like the poem. Share if you know someone who you think would be interested to. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed because I do post weekly. Um, Trying to get YouTube and Facebook synchronized, but there's just been issues with having internet accessible, so that's why they've been coming at different times. Anyway, I'm trying to get on that, but subscribe so you know when I posted, and yeah, comment, let me know just what you're doing and what you think of the poem, and um, yeah, if you can relate or not relate. Yeah, I hope y'all have a great week. Bye. Awkward outro.